Welcome to the HR Empowerment Podcast, where we will uncover strategies and new insights from HR professionals who discuss up-to-date regulations, best practices, and the most pressing topics like diversity and equity, leadership, dealing with difficult situations, and much more that affect your bottom line and business. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to episode 2 of 5 in the series about work-life balance with our special guest, Tara Stubbins. We're going to be discussing empowering you to take back control of your calendar so you can create the life you've always wanted to live. Wouldn't that be nice? Hi, Tara.
Hi. Thanks for having me back.
Thank you. Hey, JC. Thanks for coming back.
Oh, it's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. I couldn't do this without you, dude. Like literally. Hey, I want to ask a little bit about certified lifestyle manager. Tell us more about this, Tara. What the heck does it mean?
So coming off, if you listen to episode 1, you heard that I came off the road and, was chasing rock stars around and decided to open up my own business. And I had zero business background at all. I just wanted to help more than one crazy rock star at a time. And by doing that, I decided that I was going to take the lessons I had learned out on the road and the network that I had built out there and try to help these crazy, high profile, high net worth individuals save time in their busy lives. And so I was basically managing their lives, or lifestyle manager. So managing their calendars, managing their schedules, managing their staff, managing basically everything that they would do. And then I took that, what I learned out, with these high profile, high net worth individuals, and I brought it back to the everyday person who I believe actually need it more.
Yeah.
So, the single parents out there, the people who are supporting elderly parents and also trying to work a 9-to-5 job and have children of their own. How do you balance all of these really, really important life, not lessons, but life tasks that are put out to you and still continue to live your own dream and your own values. So it's all about being able to, what is my number one goal? What is meaningful to me as a, individual and not somebody else that I'm copying? And then what can I do on a daily basis just to move the needle just a little bit towards that goal? Everything else is very important and absolutely, definitely needs to get done. But focusing on your own goals and what you want to achieve in life is the definite number one priority.
I love it. I love it so much. So much of that is true. And, so many of our businesses are small businesses that think, I get this, I'll do it myself. I don't have time for that. So I'll just keep dumping things on my employees, and then boom, it explodes or backfires really, because we all have just too much on our plate, right?
Yeah, and it's true. And I am a huge believer in the fact that to-do lists are kind of, as I like to say, beating us up as human beings. So, we write a really good to-do list and then we go off into the world and we go, okay, we're going to get all these done today. And then, life happens and we don't get anything done. And we come home and we're like, well, we're, useless human beings. We didn't even get this one thing checked off our list. So then the next day we try to give everything to our, employees, or we try to do way too much. And so again, it's not necessarily about all the tasks that have to happen or that we think have to happen, but it's what we can schedule into our days effectively and what we can actually accomplish, again, that is going to move the needle on our own personal goals. So making sure that you know what your goal is and staying incredibly focused on that is the number one priority in kind of living this big dream life that we all keep hearing about.
Yeah. So being like a certified lifestyle manager, even if you're not certified and you're into life management, it enables individuals, in this case, business owners or managers, to manage their lives better. And somebody's behind them whipping the whip and saying, hey, stay in these boundaries over here, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's like accountability. And again, it's allowing everyone, in my opinion, can achieve the life that they want to live and the goals that they set out to accomplish, just with a little help sometimes from the back end.
More than 50% of lifestyle management practitioners' clients are managers at 27% or executives, accounting for 25% in total, indicating a focus on high-level business professionals. But as we've just learned, it's so much more. Believe it or not, some of their work could include, but is not limited to, needing to book travel for someone who has a fear of flying, or maybe even being a personal assistant to the Rolling Stones. Back to you.
Oh, first of all, excellent statistics there. I mean, that's a lot. If you have somebody who has the fear of flying and you're in charge of getting them from A to B, you better get savvy real quick.
It's true.
And figure out how are we going to get there, especially in the United States when we have, we don't have a big trains, or Amtrak will take you 17 days to get somewhere. So, thank you for doing that. On a side note there, tell us a little bit about your work as a personal assistant, just briefly with the Rolling Stones. I mean, so cool.
Yeah, so I spent about 8 years with them, chasing them again around the world, doing really crazy. You can only imagine some of the requests that happened. One of my favorite stories to tell, kind of like getting people to fly that are afraid of flying. One of Mick Jagger's crazy requests was every time he went into a new hotel room, he wanted the hotel room to be painted a very specific shade of beige. Every single city we were in.
Oh, wow.
And people always ask why. I always say, I don't know. I never ask. I learned very early on in my career that you never ask rock stars why. They do crazy stuff. You just don't want to be involved. So we just painted those rooms beige and carried on with our lives. If I was to guess, I would say it was habit. And something that he could control. Being out on the road for so long, you can't really control a lot of your surroundings. So being able to make a place feel like home or like the same would be one of my guesses. Being able to get him in the right mindset to be able to go up on stage and perform those really cool shows for all of us.
Oh, that's awesome. I wish we had hours to talk about this and celebrities, including the fact that we've heard Sandra Bullock has a fear of flying as well. And so there's all these things that people have to work around. Thanks for listening, everybody, to episode 2 of our 5-part series on work-life balance. In our next episode 3, we're going to cover organizing your day. Whew, I actually love organizing my day. How much running around are you doing right now? Tara has some helpful tips to get you out the door quickly each morning. As a reminder, Aurora Training Advantage subscribers can earn both HRCI and SHRM credits for listening to this series or their training on the HR Empowerment Podcast channel. Thanks for joining us. We'll be right back.
Thank you for joining the HR Empowerment Podcast, brought to you by Aurora Training Advantage. We hope you've gained new insight and strategies to navigate the HR profession. We look forward to you joining us again on the HR Empowerment Podcast.